Welcome to another episode of Bruins Classics. I'm your host, Andy Brickley. Patrice Bergeron and Andrew Raycroft made large impressions in their 03-04 rookie campaigns, but no one was sure how the Bruins youth movement would fare in the playoffs. Raycroft made his statement in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals, shutting out the Montreal Canadiens as the Bruins won 3-0. In Game 2, the Bruins wanted to add an exclamation point to the statement they'd made in Game 1. This time, they turned to their other rookie, Patrice Bergeron, to carry them to a win. Bergeron answered by assisting on the first goal of the game and then scoring the game winner in overtime to seal a 2-1 victory. Raycroft was again superb in net, allowing just one power play goal to get by him as the Bruins took a commanding 2-0 lead in the series. Let's go now to the Fleet Center in Boston for Game 2 of the 2004 Eastern Conference quarterfinal.
Dale Arnold, Gordy Kluzak, Tom Karen, Cam Neely, Corey Massey, all here at the Fleet Center to bring you Game 2. Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens.
Let's take a look at Julien's lineup. One change, Darren Langdon in the lineup, obviously for some physical play, some energy. The Canadiens did not have much of it. Take a look at Mike Sullivan. Well, his lineup is the same, and he hopes he gets exactly the same effort. Nylander, Samsonov, Bergeron, outstanding. Joe Thornton back in there back-to-back. That's great to see. Alexei Kovalev, the real sniper on this Canadiens team, although he hasn't provided much offense for Montreal, moved up on this top line with Koivu and Zednik. Claude Julien trying to find some ways to put some offensive pressure on the Bruins. This is one area that the Canadiens felt they might have some advantage. There you see Kovalev, the offensive numbers way off.
Well, you see those 3 points in 12 games. The goal was an empty net goal. One of the 2 assists was on an empty net goal.
So if the Bruins pull their goaltender, look out.
He could be deadly. Thornton behind the net on the forecheck. Sheldon Souray falls. Penalty called to Thornton. Tripping. Canadiens will get a very early power play as Joe Thornton will go off the ice just 24 seconds into the period.
Well, not what Mike Sullivan wanted to see. He wanted to see his team get off to an aggressive forechecking start the way they did in Game 1. Here's Souray. Pretty much had to call that one. Joe Thornton just took his feet right out from underneath him with that stick.
Canadiens on the power play for the first time tonight. In Game 1, they were 0 for 5 with the man advantage. They've got Souray and Brisebois at the points. Zednik, Koivu, and Kovalev are up front.
Souray had 8 shots on net in that first game, and he's one of the hardest shots in the National Hockey League.
Alexei Kovalev to the corner. Saku Koivu had it blocked. Puck cleared by Brian Ralston with a good play.
Bruins penalty-killing forwards. They take about a 30-second shift. They go all out, very aggressive, pursue the puck. Excellent start by Ralston and Axelson.
Weird hop off the corner boards. Luckily for the Bruins, it ended up on Travis Green's stick, and he dumps it down. Teddy Donato said, when I'm a penalty killer, I'm pretty much just a hound dog.
That's a perfect description. He's out there, seems like his tongue is hanging out the entire shift.
You saw him on the forecheck there. Sean O'Donnell in the corner, tied up. Ryder back to the line, shot, hit a leg in front, didn't make it through. Brisebois near wing, blue line drive, blocked. Donato shaken up. He blocked it, but he's shaken up. Bruins block the pass and clear, and Donato can get off the ice. Teddy sacrificed himself on that block. Ryder back into the Boston line. Ryder drive, glove save. Puck squirts loose. Gill knocks it to the corner. Great glove stop by Raycroft. Bruins knock the puck out of the zone.
I think that shot of Ryder's was deflected by the Bruin penalty killer. What a great reaction by Andrew Raycroft.
Ryder back into the Boston end. Back to the line. Shot whistled wide, stick side. Axelson tried to clear. Markov kept it in. Ribeiro behind the net. Has Dagenet in front. Mike Ribeiro off the far boards. Axelson pushes the puck to the near wing. Centering pass, glove down by Gill. Thornton steps out of the box. Gill didn't see him. Good penalty kill by the Bruins. Theodore holds on with Thornton standing on the doorstep. Canadiens, one power play shot. They're 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Dan McGillis shot tipped on net. Theodore had to make the quick save.
Have to have a sigh of relief if you're Mike Sullivan for the Bruins, killing off that first penalty. Now get back to the original game plan. Go after the Canadiens, get that puck in deep, fire the puck on net as often as possible.
Great move, Nylander, offensive end, gives it up to Samsonov. Threw it behind the net. Nylander and Bergeron go back boards to get it. This was the line that the Canadiens just had no answers for on Wednesday night. Boulas to the corner. Puck loose, backboards. McGillis sent it away to the far circle. Craig Rivet in from the line. Rivet, the defenseman, carries behind the net, dropped it off to Jason Ward. Blue line pass. Andrei Markov shot wide. Rivet behind the net. Centers. Raycroft dives, pins it against the outside of the net.
In game one, we did not see one Canadian defenseman pinching in that first period. They were sitting back, playing very conservatively. You can see what Claude Julien wants them to do.
Third straight power play try for the Canadiens. 0 for 2 with the man advantage. 2 power play shots so far. Fans thought as much of the call as you did, Gordy, and it certainly did appear on that replay that the minute Ralston's stick hit Ryder's hip, he flopped.
He did flop, and he flailed his arms. All of that. Referees just have to be able to recognize that.
Saku Koivu for Montreal. Carries into the Boston end. Play broken up. Thornton's attempted dump is blocked, but Murray gets it and clears it down. Canadiens. Brisebois. Cross ice pass picked off.
So many penalties to kill here in this first period. Mike Sullivan using Joe Thornton and Glenn Murray to kill it off. They've been very good here in this first period. There's having too many opportunities to go out even strength.
Souray for Brisebois. Pass blocked by P.J. Axelson. Axelson clears it into the Montreal end. Brisebois takes it back. Andrei Markov through center ice. Blue line drive wide. Flailed at by Raycroft. May have knuckled on him a little bit. Bruins just dump it down.
The Canadiens are doing a great job killing off their power plays.
Andrei Markov for Pierre Dagenet.
Of course, I probably shouldn't say that. Can't fade here.
What a hit by LaPointe. He just rocked Ribeiro in the corner. And then he picks off the pass and backhands it down the ice. Raycroft leaves it for Gill. Looks for the opening, clears it down. No shots so far with the man advantage for Montreal. Ribeiro. Ryder and Ribeiro play catch into the Boston end. Dagenet goes behind the net. Yuri Slager gets it. Fires it down the ice. Ralston steps out of the box. Bruins are back to full strength. Canadiens 0 for 3 on the power play. They should consider declining the next one. Markov out to Boulas. Jim Dowd shot blocked over the glass and up into the seats. 5:20 left to play here in the first period. Bruins and Canadiens scoreless at the Fleet.
Marty LaPointe so strong, not very tall, but 200+ pounds and very, very sturdy.
Patrice Bergeron for Boston out through center ice. Clears it into the offensive end for Samsonov. Samsonov. Bergeron misfired wide. He was wide alone in front, and Samsonov hit him perfectly, but Patrice misfired on him.
Puck may have just wobbled a little bit right off the heel of Bergeron's stick. Jammed him a little bit.
Sheldon Souray trying to get away from Samsonov. Quintal out of the zone. Dan McGillis for Yuri Slager. Samsonov. Great pass off the boards to Bergeron. In front. Nylander score!
Well, sometimes you just see brilliance. And right here, I think Patrice Bergeron displayed the extraordinary talent that he has. He skated. He waited till the perfect time. He rifled that pass right on the tape of Michael Nylander, who finished it off beautifully. But just an absolute brilliant play by Patrice Bergeron. Jose Theodore had no chance to get over quickly enough after that great pass.
And all set up by another great pass by Samsonov off the boards to Bergeron to spring it.
I agree. Just An all-around fantastic play.
Nylander's second goal of the playoffs comes from Bergeron and Samsonov at 15:22. Bruins strike first. Canova trying to get into the offensive end to play the puck. Taken down. You knew the next penalty call was going against Montreal. We'll get a hooking penalty here, and the Bruins will get a man advantage try. Patrice Bergeron was headed for the bench. He can't believe he's going to be detoured to the penalty box.
Well, there you see, wrapped up. Well, I mean, I don't agree with that call. I don't agree with that call either. I mean, you got to let him play. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. Guy's falling down. I mean, Mike Knuble didn't dive there; he just fell down.
Patrice Bergeron picks up the hooking minor. At 15:49, Bruins will go on the power play for the first time tonight. Boston was 2 for 6 with the man advantage in game 1 on Wednesday.
What? I still can't get over that pass by Bergeron. That was a thing of beauty.
Gonchar clears it in. Thornton back to the line for Boynton. Boynton shot tipped just wide by Nylander. Murray back to the line for Gonchar. Gonchar tries to go back to Murray. Picked off, cleared out of the zone by the Canadiens. Gonchar for Boynton. Waits for Thornton to clear, fires it back in. Craig Rivet in the corner. Murray gets to him first. Rivet able to shovel it high and long all the way to the Boston end. Boynton back for Sergei Gonchar. Gonchar to Boynton. Tried to stick handle into the zone. Bad idea.
I mean, I really think it's probably a good idea at some point for Mike Sullivan just to let that Nylander, Samsonov, Bergeron line go on the power play.
Thornton offensive end for Samsonov. Blue line Gonchar quickly to Boynton. Bouncing puck. Boynton handled it. Got it to Gonchar. Samsonov double team. Tried to snake it loose to the net.
And Murray, Knuble, and Thornton are going to be an outstanding power play combination as well.
Samsonov was trying to hit Patrice Bergeron just off the bench with the pass when the play was broken up.
You break those lines up for the power play, then it takes a while to get them back together.
Sergei Samsonov dumps it offensive end. Theodore plays it away to Rivet in the corner. Kept hard by Bergeron. Clears the zone. Slager looking for Knuble. Markov tipped it to the near corner. Canadian. What a hit by LaPointe in the corner. Ralston.
Saku Koivu was hurt.
Slager to Ralston. Shot. Theodore save. Rebound. Oh, what a stop by Theodore on LaPointe. Marty LaPointe has picked up in this game right where he left off in game number 1. And look at Souray challenged LaPointe. LaPointe just went nose to nose with him. Dared him, and Souray wanted to skate away.
Sheldon Souray needs to get acquainted with what a clean, hard hit is. Marty LaPointe, Saku Koivu. Koivu tried to duck out of the way. It was an absolute clean, if not devastating, hit by Marty LaPointe. And here the puck bounces to him. He can't quite get control of it. The Canadiens, after a very good start, have been a little shaken here.
0 for 1 with 1 power play shot. Gonchar pinches in from the blue line to block the attempted clear. Canadiens work it loose and come out 2-on-1. Dowd, far side for Bouillon. Bouillon for Dowd, doesn't get the shot away. He got bumped from behind and knocked off stride by Gonchar. Thornton the other way, far side feed. Murray gives it back to Thornton. Murray dumped in the corner. Thornton skates behind the net, stops, sets it up, passes back to Boynton. Boynton to Gonchar at the near point. Bad pass by Gonchar. Tried to go cross ice to Boynton and threw it out of the zone. Gonchar ahead to Nylander. In for Thornton. Tried to play it back to Nylander. Hit a skate, cleared by the Canadiens. Murray waiting for Thornton to clear. Fires it back into the corner. Thornton gets there first. Did you see Jason Ward lean out of the way of the Thornton hit?
I did not.
Thornton went over there and it looked like, I don't know if Ward heard footsteps or thought something else was going to happen. He kind of leaned away from it. Boynton missed Bergeron with the pass. Bruins sloppy here to open the second. Boynton for Sergei Gonchar. Bergeron, Samsonov, Knubel, the power play unit up front. Samsonov tips it in as he's checked by Rivet. Theodore to Markov. Nice job by Slager to keep it in at the line. Samsonov checks Rivet. Boulis bumped as well. Puck loose, lobbed out of the zone by the Canadiens. Here, Andrew Raycroft tells Slager 20, meaning 20 seconds left on the power play.
He had a chance for one more rush. But he did have a chance for one more rush.
Bad play by Slager. I mean, he wasn't even close to the red line when he lobbed it in. Not even close. An icing call against the Bruins.
Or just the pressure that sort of forced him to throw the puck away, and he wasn't intending to throw it away quite as far as he did.
Bruins control the draw in their own zone. McGillis behind the net. Boston will go 0 for 2 on the power play. P.J. Axelson tips it in wide. Theodore plays it away to the near wing. Montreal back at full strength. Marty Lapointe behind the net to the far wing. Slager in from the blue line to get it. Had trouble controlling, and Saku Koivu comes back out. Koivu ahead to Zednik. Look at McGillis. Close and knock it away to the far wing. Good play by Dan McGillis. Marty Lapointe clears the zone.
Bruins defense have been very active in this series. Skating, following the play up quickly, closing the gap in the neutral zone, aggressively trying to stand up at the blue lines and in the neutral zone.
Zednik into the Boston end for Koivu. Koivu shot, save Raycroft. Kovalev. Puck knocked off his stick. Penalty call upcoming. Holding penalty against the Bruins. 13:51 left to play here in the second. 1-0 Boston. A Montreal power play when we come back. Slager behind the net sets things up. He and Gonchar with points on the power play. Samsonov, Bergeron, and Knubel are out front. Did you see Samsonov kick that onto the stick blade? You know how hard it is to do what he just did and made it look effortless?
For you, I know. Extremely hard.
Maybe in traction. Yuri Slager into the zone. Samsonov. Left drop pass. Gonchar shot knocked wide by Theodore. Samsonov comes in to grab the puck. Checked, got it loose. Bergeron shot wide glove side. Gonchar fought one, keeps it in. Backboard Samsonov. Koivu set to step out of the box. Samsonov knocked down from behind. Koivu back. Canadiens at full strength. Bruins 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Canadiens just lob it out of the zone. Dan McGillis pushes it back into the Montreal end. Bruins in the middle of a line change. Knubel stays out there. Bumps with Ward. Ribeiro out. Can't control. Dan McGillis breaks up the play. Slager to the near wing. Ribeiro keeps it in for Montreal. Mike Ribeiro buried underneath Dan McGillis. Play stopped and the draw on the Boston defensive end.
Both teams maybe just catching their collective breath here. It was a frantic pace for a few minutes. Down in that corner to Theodore's right, there was some really crazy action. Hits, cross checks, trips, all kinds of mayhem.
It was a musical.
It was.
Ralston, Axelson, Lapointe out there. Ribeiro, Ryder, and Dagenet up front for Montreal. Greek squad at the near point. Bouillon. You see Bouillon? Saw Lapointe coming, tickled it deep. Now we'll get a penalty call against the Bruins.
These guys have to reevaluate what they're calling out there. Let them play.
Holding the stick, I think, is the indication. Brian Ralston going to go off. Canadiens will get their 5th power play try of the night.
Credulous look on Mike Sullivan's face. Brian Ralston looks a little more guilty. Although he's a little perplexed as well. Where did this happen? Right there, I guess. Oh, there. He had just hooked Ribeiro's stick under his arm.
5th power play opportunity of the night for Montreal. 0 for 4 with 2 total power play shots so far.
Boston penalty number 12, Brian Ralston. Tippett is holding the stick. Time of the penalty,
Canadiens, Boston end. Rivera for Ryder. Cuts in front. Raycroft save. Boynton behind the net. Plays it to the far point. Koivu hustles over to keep it in. Centering pass blocked and cleared. Length of the ice by Gill.
So far in this series, I like our rookie right wing better than theirs.
So far. Thornton closes on Souray. Souray just picked off Thornton. Offside whistle down against the Canadiens, and Ribeiro gives an earful to the linesman.
This has been action-packed. 9 shots each.
Bruins clear it down the ice on the draw.
It's also incredible, all the power plays, and to only have a total of 18 shots.
Ribeiro into the Boston end. Pass picked off. Oh, Thornton was racing away with it and then got broken up at the line.
Joe got a little ahead of himself there. He started looking down the ice and forgot he had to negotiate around the Canadiens defenseman.
Ryder shot blocked. Sean O'Donnell who blocked it, and Glenn Murray who cleared it. Saku Koivu. Penalty call upcoming against the Bruins. Zednik backhand, Raycroft save.
I tend to agree with this one. This was a legitimate call.
Joe Thornton going to go off for a slash.
Joe was a little tired. He had thought he was going to go off for a change. He saw the Canadiens out, Theodore out to play the puck. Decided just to return and get back into the play. He had to be a little exhausted, and he came in and he slashed Koivu right on the arm. Didn't look that bad from that angle, but looked a little worse from up here when I first saw it.
Thornton goes off for a slash at 15:21. It is a 2-man advantage for the Canadiens and a draw on the offensive end. Alexei Kovalev for Sheldon Souray. Kovalev, 2 Canadiens in front. Koivu, cross crease pass. Zednik missed it. Brisebois for Souray. Kovalev at the near circle. Shot. Raycroft. Glove save, holds on. Twelve seconds left in the penalty time to Brian Ralston.
Makes this face-off really critical. You take a quick look at this Kovalev shot. Koivu, Zednik in front of the net. Kovalev spotted an opening.
Canadiens gain the draw. Kovalev, top of the near circle. Koivu in front. Shot. Score. Patrice Bergeron rifles one under the crossbar. Canadiens finally get a goal. They needed a 2-man advantage to do it, and they've tied this game at 1.
And importantly, for the Canadiens' perspective, they still have 1:27 left on Joe Thornton's penalty. There were 4 seconds left on Ralston's. Good work here on the 2-man advantage, winning the face-off, working it down low. Brisebois coming in from the point on his off wing. Raycroft perhaps thought he was a little interfered with by Zednik. Looked like
he was interfered with by Zednik. Zednik was not only in the crease, but you saw he had his stick in the pads of Raycroft and kept Andrew from moving across the crease.
Whole new game, whole new series now.
Kovalev. Power play continuing for the Canadiens. Alexei Kovalev. Ribeiro in the corner, missed the pass. Bruins penalty killers much more stationary here for the moment than they have been. Nice play by O'Donnell to work that one out of the zone.
I agree. They're giving the Canadiens a little more room to operate.
Brian Ralston plays it back to Sergei Gonchar.
The energy level drops a little bit as the game goes on.
2-line pass against the Bruins. Good call at center ice. 31 seconds left in the Montreal power play. 3:10 left to play in the second. Watch the net. Watch Zednik with Raycroft.
I guess looked a little worse from the other angle. That angle, Zednik probably didn't interfere, but Brisebois, first goal of the playoffs.
Kovalev and Koivu assist on the goal by Brisebois.
You know an interesting fact about Brisebois?
What's that?
He's the only Canadian left from their '93 Stanley Cup team.
Markov shot, Raycroft save. Al Gill picks it off. Travis Green tried to clear, couldn't. Boynton does. Penalty time to Thornton is nearly up. He steps out of the box. Bruins are back at full strength. Montreal did get the two-man advantage goal, however, to tie the game at 1. Bruins power play is an impotent 0 for 4 tonight. Thornton missed that pass. Bouillon wins the foot race in front of Knuble for the icing touch-up. 2:20 left to play here in the second period. Patrice Bergeron and the Canadiens have tied this game 1-1.
You know, in game 1, Dale, the Bruins were much more decisive. They got the puck in, they got it back to the point. Gonchar was shooting it on net. Boynton, that was really putting some pressure on the Canadiens here. They have not been nearly as decisive with that puck.
Craig Rivet clears it down the ice. Bruins fired it in deep, but didn't have anybody there to get it. Less than 30 seconds remain in the 5th power play try of the night for Boston. Game tied at 1. Gonchar rifles it in again. Again, the Bruins get there late, but Samsonov ends up with the puck. Threw it too hard for Nylander to handle.
He was trying to throw it all the way around to Bergeron. Just hit Nylander with the puck.
Bruins are now 0 for 5 with the man advantage as Bula steps out of the box. Samsonov in on Brisebois. Bergeron bumps with Bouillon. Tip to Nylander. Michael Nylander can't get loose from the check of Jason Ward. Richard Zednik. Nice job by McGillis to snake out the stick, knock it off Zednik's stick. Zednik cuts in front, backhand blocked wide to the far corner. Koivu crunched by McGillis. In front, Ward shot, save! Rebound cleared but not out. Bouillon shot blocked by a diving Nick Boynton. Bouillon keeps it into the blue line. Shot. Great stop, Raycroft.
I just like the way Andrew Raycroft reacts to things. Makes that save on this shot from the point. Canadians with some early pressure here. Nice stop there as well.
It was Nylander who cleared it out, isn't it?
Here's the Bouillon shot from the point. Raycroft stops it.
Bruins with a 1-0 lead in the series. Montreal out shooting Boston 22-14 for the game. Shots 5-5 here in the third.
It's been pretty clear that one team here tonight, which should be more desperate, clearly is playing more desperate. That is the Montreal Canadiens.
Bruins have the 700-pound line out. Thornton, Knuble, and Murray. Thornton out of the zone. Skitters it behind the net. Murray checked by Quintal. Ribeiro works it to Ryder. Bruins can't get control. Canadiens lost it. Bruins come back in. Onside, yes. Knuble throws it wide.
I don't think Glenn Murray didn't have a shot in the first 2 periods. I don't think he's had one in this period with all the power plays. For Glenn Murray not even to have a shot on goal.
Thornton clears it back in for Lapointe just off the bench. Marty Lapointe threw it at the net. Off Theodore. Knuble on the near wing gets it back. Boynton shot blocked. Blocked out of the zone by Ribeiro. Lapointe tipped it, so no icing call. Theodore roams to the corner, plays it away from Travis Green. Green takes down the man. Ralston with the puck. Ralston to Green in front. Shot save. Green spilled. Puck clear to the corner.
Bodies flying all over the place with Marty LaPointe and Travis Greener on the ice.
They are out there crunching people. Here comes Koivu for Montreal. Koivu, shot, high and wide. Ralston tips to the far corner to Gonchar. Snapped it. Bergeron out to center ice. Bergeron knocked off stride by Zetnik, able to dump it in.
I think the referees may have finally figured out that this is the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Big boy hockey?
Yes. Not ringette.
The Nylander for Sergei Samsonov. Patrice Bergeron out of the zone. 2 Canadians back. Bergeron, shot blocked over the glass. Up into the netting. 7:34 left to play here in the third period. 1-1 the score. Draw top of the circle to the left of Jose Theodore. Thornton, Murray, Knuble up front. Thornton gains back to Slager. Screen shot blocked wide by Bulis. Thornton knocks it down. Tried to center, blocked by Dowd. Thornton gets it back into the corner for Knuble. Knuble trying to get away from Markov. Trying to go to Thornton. It was deflected away in the Canadiens. Dowd comes out. Bulis checked by Thornton. Ward comes in, gets sealed off by McGillis.
A little more than sealed off.
Joe Thornton put it right up the backside of the linesman as he tried to dump it in. Canadiens player lost a glove and a stick on the play. Is that McGillis again? It was on Mike Ribeiro. Samsonov can't clear the zone. Bruins come out. Michael Nylander, offensive end. Nobody on the near wing. Nick Boynton slaps it away to Samsonov. Nylander in on the near wing. Zamaner to the front of the net. Nylander kicks it deep for Zamaner. Greg Rebay played it behind his own net. He's going to the point until it took a hop off the stanchion to Kovalev. Zetnik splits the defense. Play by Boynton. Good defensive play by Nick Boynton to break it up. Canadiens controlling. Koivu to the corner. Saku Koivu for Richard Zetnik. Zetnik tried to go back to Koivu. He missed him. Bruins come back out. Nylander. Great feed. Far side. Gill shot. Save Theodore. 5:54 left to play here in the third. We're tied at 1 at the Fleet.
Excellent defensive work by Nick Boynton again. Did it in the second period as well. Similarly on Koivu.
Canadiens come out. Bulis into the Boston end. McGillis dogs him to the corner. This is exciting.
Fans are trying to get it going here.
Bulis in front. Raycroft, watch that one go over the crossbar. Canadiens with it again. Down for Bulis. Great save, Raycroft. Closes the pads and holds on.
Holy. Well, there was a sign we saw earlier that said, holy moly, what a goalie. And I tend to agree with him right on that play. Bruins got a little stationary. Dan McGillis slow to get up, but just from exhaustion, I think. Here Bulis in front of the net on the backhand once. Bruins overplay it. Bulis is going to get another chance. One time that one, and Raycroft. There's the first chance. Canadiens putting the pressure on the Bruins here. What a save. Again, Raycroft always in good position.
Canadiens gain the draw. Bouillon throws it at the net. Raycroft steers to the corner. O'Donnell ties up Kovalev. Bergeron tips it to Joe Thornton. Lobbed out of the zone by Joe. Bergeron replaced by Murray up front. He was out there as a second centerman with a draw on the defensive end. This top line for the Bruins has done very, very little in this game.
They've really struggled here, even in the first 2 games. Of course, Joe Thornton is not 100%, and he's the guy that makes this line go. Glenn Murray, Mike Knuble aren't getting scoring chances. It's because Joe's not able to do what he normally does.
Notice his shifts are shorter than most, too. Probably to be expected. O'Donnell behind the Boston net. Bergeron, Nylander, and Samsonov have moved up front for Boston. Sergei Gonchar to Sergei Samsonov. Cleared it to the Montreal line. Canadiens slip it loose. Gonchar, far side, Gill. Markov overskated it. Played it behind his own net. Far corner, Michael Ryder. Lobbed it out. Pierre Dagenet is onside. Great defensive play by Point to break up the play. Good thing he did, or Dagenet was gone. Ryder back to the Boston line. Ryder turned wide. Shot save Raycroft. Gill behind the net to Point. Nylander has to come back to the corner. Play it behind the net to Point. He snaps it ahead to Axelson just off the Boston bench. TJ Axelson joined the rush by Brian Ralston. Shot save Theodore. Axelson with it again. Threw it behind the net. Yuri Slager far corner deep. Centering pass tipped by Ralston. Theodore may have gotten a piece of it. Canadiens try to clear it out. McGillis blocked with the body to keep it in. Brian Ralston snap shot over the shoulder of the goaltender. Zaminer shot off the outside of the net. Quintal plays it to the far point. Slager waiting shot tipped over the shoulder of Theodore by Rob Zaminer. Canadiens ice it to relieve the pressure.
Well, the fans get excited about that shift. Ralston, Zaminer, Axelson all over the Canadiens. A number of deflections. TJ Axelson has had a strong game here tonight. See this shot from Slager coming in. Zaminer redirects it. Just a little bit too high. And here, Brian Ralston tipped it just by the far side of the net.
Bruins gain the draw. Gonchar lost it out of the zone. Here comes Zednik. Back is O'Donnell. Zednik into the Boston end. Zednik, late man, pre-squash shot blocked wide. Hit Gonchar's leg, didn't make it through to the net. Bruins try to come the other way. Samsonov up with Green and Lapointe. Samsonov to the corner for Green. Travis Green behind the net. Marty Lapointe far wing. Samsonov goes to the front of the net. Green behind the net to get it. Held up by Brisebois in the corner. Saku Koivu to Richard Zednik. Zednik to the Boston line. Broken up nicely by Gonchar.
Ice looks a little bumpier than usual late in the period. A lot of hockey in here yesterday. Back-to-back games in the Frozen Four. Bruins playing today.
Knuble broken up at center ice by Ward. Gonchar. Far side Knuble. Slowed it up for Joe Thornton. Thornton settles the bouncing puck. Thornton shot wide. Glove side. He was at a tough angle. Knuble keeps it in. Thornton to the corner with Knuble. Thornton trying to get loose. Can't. Taken down. Boulis lobs it into the Boston end.
We just haven't seen Joe do what he usually does in those situations down low. Just hold the puck, protect the puck. Almost impossible for defensemen to get at it.
Brisebois for Beijing. Samsonov, Nylander, and Bergeron up front for Boston. Minute left in regulation. Tied at 1. Game 2 of the series. Brisebois back to Markov. Check. Corner steal. Ryder. Backboards Rivero. Bruins just let him stand there for the moment.
Can't score from back there.
Centering pass. Great save. Raycroft with the shoulder. Rivero throws it at the net. Raycroft covers it up and holds off. 31.9 seconds left to play in the third. We are tied at 1. Closing seconds of regulation. Koivu broken up. Ralston to LaPointe. LaPointe dumps it in as he's checked by Rivet. Ralston backboards. Bumps with Souray. The Canadians work it loose. There's nobody at the near point. Gonchar had snuck down between the circles. Well, work a little overtime tonight?
I think so.
There's the regular season overtime records. Of course, the Bruins set an NHL record with 30 overtime games this season. The difference is this one will not necessarily be 5 minutes or less. Full 20-minute overtime. We're still tied. Resurface and start again. Travis Green, Marty LaPointe, Sergei Samsonov. The line up front.
It's an unusual line combination.
Well, I'll tell you another thing. Joe Thornton is sitting down at the end of the bench next to Felix Potvin. And that's the end of the bench where the defense normally sit. Or down near, should say near Potvin, but separated from his team. I got a feeling, as you heard Cam and Tom talking about there, that we may not see Joe take a regular shift in the middle with his normal 700-pound line mates.
We'll have to see. Clearly Joe is hurting.
Canadians in their own end. Near point, O'Donnell fights to keep it in. These two teams played overtime back on March 27th. Sergei Samsonov was the offensive star for the Bruins.
Scored the tying goal, I think, right in front of the net on a rebound. He scored the winner in overtime. Beautiful setup from Yuri Slager. Samsonov just broke towards the net and sent everybody happy home that afternoon.
Well, Thornton, Knuble, and Murray are out there together right now. Boynton at the blue line. Shot. Hit Mike Knuble in the back of the leg. Canadians come the other way. Gill on Ryder. Thornton behind his own net. Thornton lobs it over the shoulder of Rivet. Greg Rivet, near side, Michael Ryder. Head man to Mike Ribeiro. Ryder to the Boston blue line, broken up by Gill. Ribeiro shot blocked by Gill. Thornton ahead to the Montreal line. Brisebois turning away from Murray. Bruins back into their own end. Nick Boynton, near wing Sergei Samsonov just off the bench. Bergeron from Nylander. Bergeron offensive end shots. Michael Nylander and Sergei Samsonov set him up for the game winner.
Bergeron just going one-on-one. He shoots the puck quickly. A soft goal by Jose Theodore. But again, this line of Nylander, Samsonov, and Bergeron. Nice little touch pass by Nylander. Now Bergeron comes full speed through the neutral zone. Bouillon forced to back in. Bergeron just a little shift, goes to his right, shoots that puck in stride, and Jose Theodore gives up a crucial goal in this series right under the arm. And the 18-year-old rookie won't be 19 until July. Dominates this game for the Bruins. Two great plays, the only two goals the Bruins needed. And they take a commanding 2-0 lead in this series.
The Bruins played more overtime games than anyone else in the National Hockey League in the 03-04 season. Those experiences seemed to serve them well in the playoffs as they won 2 overtime games against the Canadiens. This one gave them a commanding 2-0 lead in the series as it shifted to Montreal. Though the Canadiens would rebound to win the series in 7 games, Bergeron's performance showed that he could be counted on when the Bees needed him for many years to come. I'm Andy Brickley. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Bruins Classics.